Alrighty, g'day guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Before I bring in my special guest, let's go through the roll call, see who's here. As you guys all know, I'm president of Hooly Dooly University. That's just a little stupid thing down the bottom. But we have Daredevil on the money as always. Corky's research. I might answer that question when my guest comes in, maybe down the line. G'day Yuli, what's going on, mate? And also shout out to Yuli. Yuli, I checked my memberships today. You've signed up twice, so if that's a mistake, just get rid of the other one. If it's not a mistake, thank you, mate, for signing up twice. That's fantastic. I saw your video the other day too. G'day, Gene. What's going on? Kenny Pickett. Well, I can't see that on my version here, but that's Kenny Pickett. Gene's in the house, and we have Septicon too. And g'day, Daniel. What's going on, mate? From Stay of the Steelers. Working hard over there, Drunk Turkey. I believe I saw your post today. 2 million views. Holy dooly. All right. Anyways, guys, let's bring in our guest today. And our guest is the Arsenal DB, Dwaylen Butler. G'day, mate. What's going on?
What's up, everybody? What's up?
Man, look, explain your name.
What
does your name mean?
The Arsenal DB name came from, it's basically my gamer tag. It's my gamer tag, but I just use it as my YouTube name. I got the name because I'm a big fan of like Green Arrow and his partner he had, Red Arrow become Arsenal. So I just kind of used the Arsenal name.
It's nothing to do with the football team.
And I don't watch soccer. No, it had nothing to do with the soccer team. Yeah, football team, yeah.
I think that straight away. Every time I see your content, I'm like, the Arsenal DB. I just think the Arsenal Football Club. That's what I think it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is happening? So it's from your gamer tag, is it?
Yeah, from my gamer tag. It's basically just a homage to Green Arrow. So, yeah.
That's all the Marvel stuff, right? I'm not
DC, yeah.
Oh, DC, my bad. The only time I've like really watched or like, and we're just talking about Sega off air for a little bit, then the Sega Genesis, right? I haven't tapped into that kind of stuff since stuff was on Sega, like X-Men games and or even the cartoons back in the 90s, man. Like the only real one I've seen like in these big picture movies is it who's that guy? Who does Ryan Reynolds play? Is it
Deadpool? Deadpool, yeah.
Deadpool, yeah. He's like the only ones I've ever seen. Like I haven't seen anything else in that atmosphere. But yeah, man. So your name comes from your gamer tag. Now we were talking off air too. Are you good at games? What games are you good at?
Now fighting games. I'm real good at fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Soul Calibur, Injustice, like all those type of games. But like shooting games, I'm all right. And sports games like 2K. I can play NBA 2K and WWE 2K and Madden. Sometimes it depends. Because sometimes online, it'd be like glitching and the DBs flying all over the place, picking the ball off.
I've legit what I've been doing now in Madden. I've been playing. I don't know why I chose the Houston Texans to get them a franchise Super Bowl, and I chose the fantasy draft. So I've got Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuels, Tyreek Hill, guys like that. I've even got Jacoby Brissett as a quarterback, right? And the other day, I showed my mate a video like Madden continually sucks. I was running down the quarterback who I think was Murray on the other team playing for the Panthers or someone like that. And as I ran down, it tackled for me. My legs chopped off. And Gene wants him. Like I put him out there before. I've got Madden videos on my channel where it's actually I've run over to touch Tom Brady and I got a flag. Like Madden is
it's like real life.
Oh yeah. As much as I love the game, man, like Madden, like people talk about the NFL being rigged. If anything, Madden's rigged.
Yeah, Madden is super rigged. Yeah.
The AI knows when you need to lose. Like I ran a play too with Najee Harris and my left tackle. I can't remember. Who's our left tackle's name? Johnson? No. Who's our left tackle?
Is it Dan Moore?
Dan Moore. I always somewhere in my brain I've stuffed that up. Dan Moore Jr. Maybe the junior throws me off. So Dan Moore comes over in the way and knocks out Najee Harris for the game winner. Right, but I know what you mean. You throw a pass, you're like, oh, he's dead set open, right?
Yeah.
And the cornerback or the DB, like your name, comes over and goes bang. Like you won't even look at the ball.
Yeah, they'd be like looking the other direction and just pick it off. I'm like, come on, man.
I know. You're like, okay. I've definitely got this guy. I've got Tyreek Hill's slot. He's looking like that direction. He's following him. He's not even marking his own man. Turns around, picks it off. You're like, all right.
Yeah, that's why I gave up on Madden, kind of.
Yeah, but it's all we have.
Yeah,
and that's what sucks. Like I bought this year's Madden for $50, and the last year's Madden I bought for $25. But it's all we have. So
I miss the
I don't know.
NCAA football games. They used to be good.
Yeah, that's coming out too. That's coming out, right? I
Yeah,
think it's coming out
they're bringing
next
it
year.
back. Yep.
Yeah. Well, with Madden, they pretty much just new roster, right? Every year,
Yeah.
and we fall for it. We just fall for it.
It's the
So
same mechanics and everything, just new people.
it's ridiculous. I looked up, you know, that guy, Angry Joe. You heard of him?
Yeah.
He is the funniest one. He covers Madden every year. He did a whole hour rant on why Madden is terrible, and like I sometimes watch it to make myself feel good. It says here Madden's rigged for other players to win. Yeah, dead set. All right, so let's get involved in what your Steelers story is. How did you become a Steelers fan, man? You know what I'm saying? Like how did it all begin? What's the Arsenal DB story?
So back in like elementary school, this is one friend I had named Angel. He was a big time Steeler fan. He had the Steeler backpack, the Steeler hoodies and stuff. He used to come to school and he basically put me on the Steelers. He was showing me some of the games, and then I started playing like some of the Maddens on PlayStation. I think they got them over here still. Where is it? It was Madden '06, right? Yep. Madden '06. Started playing that with David McNabb on it.
Who's that? Oh, McNabb, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
I
was a
started
good
playing.
Madden though.
Yeah,
That's what
that's when
Madden
it
was
was
pretty
it was real
fun.
good. That
Yeah.
got me into like sports. Started playing like the NFL street games and stuff, and it got me like loving the
Oh
Steelers.
man.
I became
Do
a
you
big
have
fan.
NFL Street?
No, I don't have it anymore. I think it broke. It like cracked in half. Yeah.
Oh man. So you still have a PS2?
Yep. In the closet.
Oh man, you're lucky. Yeah, I gotta buy a PS2. I've got NFL Street 2 somewhere. It's at my mate's house, but I gotta buy a PS2. NFL Street was the best game. I
Yeah.
still think. Like I want to create. I'm hoping to do a video here in the future and get some audience interaction. But I want to, or maybe we even start there. Who do you think who would you have like for your team in NFL Street? Like if you want to pick the Steelers, like the
Definitely
7
big. I
guys.
used to pick Big Ben all the time as the quarterback. You can have him running on walls
like
and stuff.
current Steelers. Who would you
Current
pick?
players?
Like, yeah,
Definitely Najee.
yeah, running back.
George Pickens.
Same. I'd have him too. Yep. Receiver.
Pat Fryermuth.
You'd have moved from there. He's got to play defense too, though. Remember that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find all like the big people.
Yeah, well, he could play. He could play center, or he could play. Maybe he could be your second receiver, and then on defense he could play tackle.
Yeah, TJ Watt
You know
for
what I
sure, of course.
Yeah.
Minka can probably play receiver as well, and be a safety, of course.
Well, if you choosing TJ, because on NFL Street Guys, there's 7 players you choose on either side. So if you have TJ Watt, you have him on defense on the edge, but then you can also put him at offensive lineman, or you could put him at center or something like that. Yeah, Cam, I agree with that too. Cam.
Oh, yeah, Cam for sure. Yeah. Just hand it off to him. He could be like his father, really. Just go straight down the middle.
Yeah, man. Like that is the one thing I kind of want. If we are on this video subject for the moment, but I miss that game. Could you imagine being Kenny Pickett throwing it to Pickens in NFL Street? Calvin Austin may be there. Like you said, Minka, Cameron Haywood. Like, it'd just be fun, wouldn't it, to have that?
That'd be real fun.
2023, and they got rid of Street like, I don't know, it came out 20 years ago, and nothing's happened since then. I don't know. All right. So everything came back from your friend at school. So you've been how long have you been a Steelers fan for?
That was like in 2007. So from 2007 to 2023. I'm 21 years old. So basically most of my life, really, been a Steelers fan.
Right. So you're not from Pittsburgh at all?
Oh, no. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's quite a few. We had still talking guys from Texas the other day. There's quite a few Dallas fans or Texan fans who follow the Steelers, right?
Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys fans are too annoying. Very annoying. They're loud. They're everywhere. My family members are Cowboy fans. My friends. There's a lot of Cowboy fans.
So what do you say if you get into a bar discussion with these guys, with the Cowboys fans? What do you normally say to them at the bar, or like, are we the better team because we have 6 and they can't get it done because they have 4 or 5, right?
I always tell my friends, like, at least I saw my team in the Super Bowl. Most of them wasn't born when the Cowboys made the Super Bowl, so I was like, I just use that as a little leverage, a little bit.
When's the last time they won one? Is it like the 90s, right? No,
I think it's 90, 94, 95.
Yeah, with what's his name? Troy
Aikman. Troy Aikman.
Yeah. It's the last time. Did you see that play with the Cowboys and that's
little Zeke Elliott at center? That was a terrible play. I don't know what they was thinking.
that kind of reminded me of something like NFL Street. You know what I'm saying? Like putting all the big guys outside, and you had Ezekiel Elliott by himself, and he's just like, this is gonna work. I don't think this is gonna work.
That reminded me of one play too that the coach did on the Patriots where they had the one dude snap it and then they jumped on him. A little trick play did special teams. That was terrible.
Was it the long snapper or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he snapped it and he tried to like get the first down, but he was like 5 yards away. I don't know what they was doing.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
I guess the Steelers haven't had too many things like that. We had the fumble from in the playoff game versus the Browns when Pouncey threw the ball over Ben's head. That's like it's kind of whatever.
That was the worst game ever.
That was just, I think our heart was done. Like that first snap was like, okay, do I want to watch the rest of the game?
Yeah, after that I was like, yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
And they ended up scoring like 21 points in the first quarter or 28 points.
Yeah, I was
like, we just can't win. It's over. Steele says here, DB speaking facts about Cowboys fans used to live in Elizabeth, TN hometown of Jason Witten's home. There we go. A lot of Cowboys fans. Are they just really obnoxious? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they act like they won already, but they haven't won in forever. They always say like they're America's team and go around saying, "Oh, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl." Every year they say we go to the Super Bowl. We got it next year. We got it next year, but it never happens.
It always ends in like that. What happened the last playoff game, because I think the last year before they were saying how Dak Prescott ran to the line and he ran out of time.
Yeah,
but they had no timeouts and they didn't clock it, and then the game just expired. And this one ended pretty much like with a weird snap with Ezekiel Elliott and just got blown up. So, maybe they're just an average team. I kind of link them to like the guys like Green Bay. Everyone talks about Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the best quarterbacks ever, but he's only won one Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
I think they're average.
Yeah, and Rodgers, he got great like accolades and stuff, but when it comes to like clutchness, can't get it done.
He's the same. Like I think every year now we're going through. Did you see in the news the other day with Aaron Rodgers saying he's going to take 4 days off from time? He's going to go into
to smoke some more mushrooms or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing.
Eat mushrooms, go on a big trip and like chill out. Wish we could all do that for 4 days, take time off. And he's gonna find out where his team's gonna be. It's like he does this. If I was a Green Bay Packer fan, I would be pissed off. Yeah. I'd be ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers. A bit like some Steelers fans were pretty much ready to move on Big Ben, right?
Yeah,
it was that time, and now Aaron Rodgers were playing that same game again, where it's like, okay, listen, I'm going to take my time. I don't know if I'm going to come back or not. Just give us an answer. He played him last year. He said, "Oh, I'm going to go here, there," and then he came back to the Green Bay. So I think Rodgers kind of overrated.
He's a terrible leader. And like if he would have showed up to like OTAs and actually like practiced with the young guys, they would have been better. He like throwing people underneath the bus. You can't throw your young receivers under the bus. Like he's doing the same thing Brett Favre did to him. Really.
He's a funny one because he calls out his receivers like throughout the whole year, right? Always called out the receivers.
Yeah.
And when is it ever your fault? You know what I mean? Like there's some smugness to like how Big Ben was too. I don't know too many people were fans of Big Ben and how he treated stuff too. Did you hear the latest rumor now too that what the offensive lineman, I can't remember his name, he was calling out Big Ben that it was his fault. It came out today or yesterday.
No, that's that.
I can't remember who it was. Maybe someone going to check and let me know what's going on. I can't remember who it was. Oh, you there?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name, but one of the former offensive linemen who in that Super Bowl pretty much said that they were trying to get. Now I'm going too. Oh my goodness. Oh my, hang on. Sorry guys, what's going on? My body camera.
We're getting hacked by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, pretty much. Am I there?
Yeah.
The former O-line came out and said that Bruce Arians was trying to get, Big Ben the MVP and stuff like that. It's like, it's been 13 years. I can't remember who his name was, but I don't know. What did you overall think of the Steelers season though this year to bring it back to 2022? Were you pretty happy with the result of being 9-8, or do you think we should have done better?
I was happy with the results of the young players like learning how to like get like the perform in the clutch and stuff. But I was kind of disappointed though. I thought we could at least go out there and win at least 10 or 11 games. At least squeeze in. Even if we lost in the first round, but at least get in the playoffs, at least have a chance,
Well, we needed Joe Flacco.
I feel like if Kenny Pickett would have started from week 1, we might have had a chance because I feel like he would have won that Patriot game because the game was wide open. Like, it was right there. The game was right there to win for Mitch, and we just couldn't move the ball in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. No, I I just googled who that player was. So former teammate blames now Big Ben for the Super Bowl loss in Super Bowl 45. It was Max Starks. Max Starks is now blaming Big Ben and saying that the whole offensive scheme was based around him to get him MVP, and that's why he threw all the picks and stuff like that. But overall, you blame the whole team. You blame Mendenhall. You blame everyone like that. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah, Jedevil says Max Starks was saying there was saying that they will focus on the other bigger trophies at the end. I don't know about that. Look, that to me, come out 3 days after the loss. Why are you coming out 13 years after?
Yeah, it's too late for that now. Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. No, I think you're right. I think if Kenny started, so do you think the Steelers mishandled that situation at quarterback at the very start of the year with Trubisky, or was it just the way they had to go?
I feel like they kind of like rushed it because I think the first hour of free agency they signed Mitch like right away. They didn't like wait and see anybody gonna fall out or anything. They like went with Mitch and they kind of like put pressure on them, not like putting Kenny Pickett behind them. They say, oh, Kenny gonna be behind them. He gonna be learning and he may play. They never like gave Mitch like the full confidence to be like you the starter for the whole year. Even though you can say that like straight to him, straight to his face early on, so he had that confidence, so he go out there and play freely. But if he do like start playing bad, you can pull him out. But they kind of like had it like in limbo a little bit and kind of messed with his psyche, and he didn't play too good.
Yeah, I agree. I think from the start they kind of stuffed everything up. Like I think they went and got Mitch, of course. They didn't know who they're going to get in the draft, right? So they got him first, and they got the quarterback in the draft. Then you stuffed up Mason Rudolph because you then put him at 3, messed around with him at 2. The Steelers, I think, were always planning to start Mitchell Trubisky no matter what. And then if that failed, they're going to go to Kenny Pickett. And that's what kind of happened, right? But they gave no confidence to Trubisky. And Trubisky probably just signed the deal because he wanted the big coin to come over. Even he said he signed too fast. In my mind, he's not a Steeler. But speaking of Mitchell Trubisky, do you think he's coming back as backup? Because now this year in 2023, the Steelers pretty much have to go with Kenny. Like Kenny's their guy. And I'm kind of happy they know who their quarterback is this year.
Yeah,
and we only have 1 year in limbo. The Browns have been in limbo for 30 years trying to find their quarterback. And here we have 1 year. We go, we don't know who it is. Now we know it's Kenny. But with the backup situation, do you think the Steelers bring back Trubisky? I might 50-50. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, because I would like to bring him back, maybe. But I don't know, though. We probably could find another guy, like another veteran that's like at least solid like that to go out there just in case if Kenny do get hurt. I know he got hurt a couple times, but I don't think he should like be getting like injured like that too often.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I just don't know if Trubisky's like the guy to back up to go and win games. Even though he did come in for that not Patriot game, the Buccaneers game and won with Claypool. I just don't know if he can go and win 3 or 4 games or if he even wants to. I kind of see him like I don't know. I don't see too much emotion to him. I kind of see him like a Jake Cutler.
Oh, Jake Cutler didn't have no emotion. Yeah,
just turned up and just threw the football. Was like stone faced about it all. I don't know. I just don't see him how he will be a Steeler. I get this feeling that the Steelers could keep him as backup, but if they want to cut him, they save money and cut space. There's been reports out there, or rumors, more rumor than reports, that they're thinking about bringing in Jacoby Brissett because he knows Canada and
Brissett is nice, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
So he's a good quarterback too, by the way. I mean, I think the Browns stuffed up
him
there.
or Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs looked pretty good at the Titans. Looked solid.
Yeah, and he only had two starts. Oh, there we go again. Oh, bloody! I didn't even move my camera. I legit like my technology, man, is like that's my main camera. I bumped the table. Okay, I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not touching nothing. Hands up. Yeah, Dobbs played pretty good. Not the best, but that was his like first start, and then his second start was the I think it was a playoff game.
It was the last game with the Jaguars. I think winner get in,
go into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So he might be a chance, but I think it comes down to will the Steelers cut Trubisky to save money? If they do, can they get someone cheaper and like a veteran guy like Brissett or Dobbs or Heineke or even Minshew Mania, someone like that could back up.
Yeah, Minshew, he has potential too. Yeah,
he's a veteran guy that might come in. Do you see anyone? Do you see those guys coming in like that?
Yeah, I'll take a Minshew for sure because when he was with the Jaguars, he went like 5-5 as a starter or 6-6 as a starter. He had some good numbers and stuff. I feel like he just kind of like they kind of messed up his confidence when they went out and got another quarterback. They drafted Trevor Lawrence, but who wouldn't draft Trevor Lawrence? Like so,
right.
At that he got traded to the Eagles. He looked good in some games with the Eagles, but I feel like he have a spot. He might be a starter. I don't know, depending on what team.
I don't know if he's going to be a starter or not, but he definitely can be a good backup. Can win you get. Oh my goodness, I legit didn't even move then. All right, I'm going to give you this question. Oh my goodness, you can see myself my voice talking there, but like I'm on radio. Either the goat says, should the Steelers re-sign Mason Rudolph? What are your thoughts on that?
I'll say they gotta let Mason go. Mason been here for a while. Just let him go. I don't know. The Buccaneers need a quarterback. Um, the Panthers might need a quarterback. There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks. I think Mason Rudolph could find a situation there that'd be better. And we really just keeping guys for no reason. So I don't think we should sign Mason Rudolph back.
Yeah, I don't think they will either. To be honest, I think Rudolph is kind of. First of all, he had the best seat in the house. He got all those games for free and got paid for it, right? He sat on the bench for a year. He went to the meetings. It's kind of like he was in the group project, you know what I mean? But didn't really do anything. You ever been that? Did you ever go to university or TAFE or school?
Yeah, like you do all the work with one person just sitting back.
Yeah. He's the guy in the group project with 3 or 4 quarterbacks in there. What are we going to do? And actually, sometimes feels like Matt Canada's like that way too. Actually, But he's in the room and just like, oh yeah, I'm here. I get praise for that. But he had the best seat in the house. 3rd string, never played, never suited up at all. He never suited up once, I don't think. Did he? Or he might have suited up for when. Did he suit up? I don't think he ever suited up.
I don't think so. Well, he might have suited up the game that Kenny Pickett was out. Yeah, he might have suited up then. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that would have felt strange. That would have felt really be like, oh, these shoulder pads are heavy. But no, he kind of had like the year off and whatnot. So like, I think he knows his time with the Steelers is done. I think he's going to go and find another team.
Yeah. 2019 was a good year. It was a exciting year, but it ended with 8-8. But Mr. Rudolph, he had opportunities to show like if he was the guy or not, and he just couldn't. Duck Hodges like outperforming him and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, but Gene says he never dressed. I get a feeling he didn't dress either. I don't think he did because didn't Kenny Pickett go out twice or
he went out the Bucks game and the Ravens game.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Did Trubisky start a game though?
He started the Panthers game.
So he would have been dressed for the Panthers, surely.
I think he might have dressed up unless they roll with one quarterback. I don't know.
Well, that'd be crazy. Yeah, but in my opinion, I think he's gone. Like, I think that's like he's a free agent. Steelers don't have to sign him back. The Steelers can go and get someone undrafted or maybe someone in the draft or another veteran guy. I don't know what's going to happen there. But they'll find someone like that. So we have another question here too. Where was it? Question for DB. Who should we use? This is the big question every year. Right? Who do we use at 17? Who do we get?
I say Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez, cornerback from Oregon. He has great vision. He's a tall corner. I think they clocked him at like 23 miles per hour. He has some crazy speed. Oregon loves speed. They got a lot of speedsters on their team. He's a big corner too, so he can play physical, man-to-man defense, and go up there and make a play on the ball in the air. I feel like he's the most NFL ready. Joey Porter Jr. is a nice cornerback too, but he's gonna be gone probably by picking 8 or 9 or something. So I think Christian Gonzalez Jr. Not Junior, but Christian Gonzalez should be the pick at 17.
Now, put your minds in, the idea of the Steelers organization. Is that someone you think the Steelers will actually have a chance to, like they fired on Najee, they fired on Kenny Pickett. Is that someone you go, oh yeah, they're definitely going to have a chance to get him, or they want him?
I think because they said the Cardinals are interested in like trying to get him. So, and the Cardinals got picked before us, so I think he might be gone by then. Like that, but hopefully he can slip through. But I got a feeling the Steelers might draft a receiver for some reason. I don't know.
The Cardinals are this close to going to the CFL, I reckon, or the USFL. Like their team is in dire straits. They can't find a head coach. They're waiting until after Super Bowl to find a head coach.
Yeah.
Brian Flores news. He didn't even want the head coach position to look like. He went for the second interview, or he didn't even make it to the interview. He went and got the interview, and got the job for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, the Cardinals a bad job right now. Yeah.
Yeah, Murray's out there playing too many games. Apparently, their franchise is like Texan worthy at the moment. Like it's bad. What were your thoughts on Brian Flores leaving? Steelers. Were you that concerned about the Steelers organization, or just the way it is?
Yeah, that's really the way it is. Because I kind of knew and figured that he wasn't gonna stay unless he had like a coordinator job. So him going out there getting the interview and trying to get back to that head coaching level after the stuff that happened with the Dolphins. So I support it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it too, man. Because like even with the Dolphins, I don't understand why they fired him. I think he was 500 or close to 500. I think he was like 30-30 or something like that, or
Yeah,
31 and
he went I think 10-6 one year. The first year they had a losing record, but then the second year he
yeah,
went 10-6, and then the next year he went 9-8, and he won like
right,
8 straight, and they fired
yeah,
him.
yeah.
You get
I
fired for
don't
winning.
know. And now even and now I think his record was like 30-30 or something like that. And
Yep.
he's a good coach. Obviously, or for me personally, I don't know about yourself being in Dallas, but like we can't see what they're doing in the locker room. But the play on the field with the linebackers, that I thought Robert Spillane had a pretty good year this year. Of course, Devin Bush checked out in my opinion too. But guys, those middle linebackers and the defense looked pretty good after the bye. So
Yep.
you can only imagine that Flores had a bit of impact for that. And the Vikings, going getting someone like that can have a good coach coming in. So yeah, I know. Of course, he's suing the NFL or whatever he's doing. I think fair right to him because why would you go and fire someone at 9-8 that was winning, having a better record? And the same guy, and another guy they brought in who looks like a cartoon character, right? Whatever that dude's name is.
McDaniels.
McDaniel. He had like a good season, but then they lost like 7 in a row.
Yep. Because Tua,
like,
I don't know if Tua might have to retire eventually. It's like those concussions are adding up. I think like he had three or four
3 this
in the
year.
season. Yeah, that's bad. So I don't know
Yeah.
what they're gonna do at the quarterback position.
Well, I think it was the game we actually. I think we versed Tua, right? He came back for us.
That was before the bye week, I think, or before the Eagles game.
So in our early time in 2022, of course, we lost to the Jets and actually most of the NFC East, the Patriots and the Dolphins, and then near the end of the road, all those teams started stinking. Like they all were really good at the start. Jets, Patriots, all of them were good, and they all started to fall away.
Mm-hmm.
We got here. J Devil says here's an interesting point too. J Devil says, that isn't too much of a luxury unless we need to get rid of someone. Do you think the Steelers would go there and get a receiver at 17? Or do we have too many receivers? I think we have. I think looking at it, we have too many receivers.
Yeah, but I think they might take the approach because like the Bengals did with Jamar Chase, and they have T Higgins and Tyler Boyd. So you have like 3 guys who can be number ones on different teams. So the Steelers might take that approach to like give Kenny the keys and let him know like, hey, you're our guy, so we're gonna build around you. So they could do that. Get Jordan Allison, that'd be nice. It's better to have all of them than none. Like try to like trade Deontay. I would just keep Deontay, Addison, and Pickens, and you have like a lot of different number ones, really.
What are your thoughts on Deontay Johnson overall? Like, are you Deontay Johnson hater like a lot of Steelers fans? I'm not hater. That's kind of bad, but dislike his play. I'm okay with him. I think
he's a good player. He's a good player. I just feel like he's not. Like he holding to this elite standard. I think he's like an AB, but he's not AB. AB is generational. He was like one of the best. So Deontay Johnson is still a good player. He's a Pro Bowler. He can make big time plays. You've seen him. He's got to start running forward. Just run forward. No more running back.
Are you talking about pre-AB that accused James Debo Harrison of giving?
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing with that.
I have never seen someone in my history of watching the Steelers or the NFL act the way that AB does. And I've got his jersey. I went to his game, Steelers versus Ravens.
I have his jersey in the closet out. I'm never wearing that again.
What do you do with it? I just leave mine in the closet. What do you do?
That is leaving the closet on the hanger. Never wearing it again.
Yeah, I don't really wear jerseys out here in Australia anyway because they wouldn't know who I am. They probably think it's a local team. They'd be like, who are these Central Coast Steelers? Who are these guys? No, they're from Pittsburgh. Well, is that Pittsburgh? Is that from a local suburb? No. I don't know. The AB situation is just crazy because he was one of the best, right? He was overly one of the best Steelers to ever play the game. Fantastic route running ability. And I'm not comparing him to DJ, but I think DJ had a pretty good year. Didn't have the TDs, but it was also the offense, right? The offense wasn't built around throwing the rock down the field like that. It was built around the second half was running the football. So I don't know. And Jesus, keep DJ. Get off it. We're with you, Gene. We're with you, mate. We're with you. Okay,
that still was a good trade, though. That was a good trade. The trade Chase Claypool for the second pick. That was a nice trade right there. I like that trade. That was a very good trade.
He's the worst. I know I've seen some of my videos. The worst receiver I've seen in my life.
Man, all those drops and stuff. He's 6'5". He's 6'5", about 225, 230, And he plays like so small. He plays like a 5'11" receiver.
He plays like a butterfly. That's what he plays like.
Yeah.
He plays like he's made out of paper.
Yep.
Like, honestly, we have these guys, and I'm not saying I'm a big guy either. Like, I'm not, you know, but actually, I'd probably, out of all of them, if I was going to fight someone, I'd probably fight Chase Claypool. I think.
Yeah, I'm 6'3", 240. I'm pretty sure I can take Chase Claypool.
he doesn't scare me that much being physical. So I think he's really soft, if that makes sense. And I'm probably never getting Claypool on my Steelers thing ever again.
Not George Pickens. That's a different story. George Pickens.
I wouldn't mess with Pickens.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Isn't the way he stands?
That's
the way he stands looking at his own draft pick. Imagine
he had a ski mask. He had a ski mask on watching the draft. Yeah, you mess with that.
What if I started, you know, messing up George Pickens? He'd probably give me a stunner or a suplex, something like that. But like Claypool, man, I'm telling you, like I've been watching football a long time. And I don't play it, so people can come in. All I do is play pickleball, right? But I'm still pretty intense. I have love for the game. But like Claypool is not a receiver. Like he's just not. Like if anything at best, he would be like a third tight end, in my opinion. He can do those short routes, going deep down the field. You can't jump up in the air and catch with your knees.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. How many times did he jump up like that, or like, you know, just like a pretzel? You know, I was so happy that we got rid of him, and I went into all the Bears chats, and I'm like, they're all so happy and excited. You know, his stats were 180 yards, 0 TDs.
Yeah,
and they didn't win a game. They didn't win a game. After they didn't win one game when they got him, right?
And then he made like a quote. He was like saying that I'm glad they spent a second round pick on me. I'd like to show my value. And so he was saying something I forgot in the press conference. It backfired again.
Mate, he's the most overhyped receiver I've ever seen in my life. He came out last year and said, "I'm a top 3 receiver," and then started. And then all the hype men are like, "Yeah."
I was like, "Nah, I don't know about that." Yeah.
Like I could name, 25 receivers better than him. Like Brandon Ayuk. The guy is it Mike Williams from the Chargers?
Mike Williams, that's like Chase Claypool should play. Like Mike Williams, to go up there and just jump up and get it. Like he had a high punch ball
like that. That's it. So like I don't understand. Like I'm so happy, and a lot of Steelers fans were like, "Oh, we need Claypool. Should have got rid of DJ." I'm like, no. Well, DJ is actually a receiver. He can create separation.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there is some drops there, but maybe it's not super crazy. And in some cases there in big downs or big play games, he doesn't really show up to a certain degree. But they almost got him a TD near the end, that big pass. But Claypool, in my opinion, was just not a good fit for the Steelers. And Big Ben made him look like a superstar. And then from that moment, he started selling merch and jerseys and all this kind of crap and like doing TikTok. I'm like,
TikTok and stuff, yeah.
And I reckon I don't think he's gonna have a big year next year at all. So I think that's and also we kind of transition. Who do you think what do we do with his pick overall?
Now, if we don't take a corner in the first round, I'm pretty sure they probably take like a corner in the second pick. For some reason I got a feeling the Steelers might just go receiver first round and take a cornerback second round and then O-lineman like that. They always do the opposite of what we think most of the time.
Yeah, well, they convinced me last year that they're going for Malik Willis. I was convinced that Franco Harris was saying Malik Willis. They said, "Can he pick it?" Because Tomlin Witten had wings with him,
Yeah, he was all hanging out with them, dabbing them up and stuff.
and then chose his mate. I didn't even think about that. But so okay, do you know if it's a deep corner class, so they can pull that off, go and get Addison, get his guy, and then get a good corner who's like a first grade anyway? Is that
I think like Devin Witherspoon from Illinois, he might slip through and be in like a second rounder. It's a lot of like all the cornerbacks in this draft, like the high ones, they're like very tall and they all play man-to-man defense, so they fit right in perfectly, really, the team and stuff.
Imagine if the Steelers went back-to-back corners. Would that be possible?
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'd be real crazy. But our track record ain't too good with DBs.
Yeah, I doubt they do it though, right? Because they probably have to go to offensive line or whatever like that. But I think it's kind of good having that 17th pick and 32, of course, Claypool. But like I said, all the Bears fans were like, "Oh, you guys got picked off that, and we had the best trade." I'm like, no way, man.
I was like, y'all the Bears.
They were terrible. And it felt like them losing all the games brought that pick down even further to us. And now it's pretty much like a round 1 pick. Like it's round 1, 32, technically 33. But the second day, we have the first pick, and it's like that's the Claypool pick. So I think it's good. But I don't know what they're going to do overall. Do you think we need to go to, the defensive line, the draft as well?
I would say They might do that like later down, like later rounds, maybe like. Do we have a fourth pick? I don't think we have a fourth pick, right? We have first, second, 2 seconds,
I
and
don't
third.
know.
I think we
I
have
think we
fourth.
have 7 overall. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so I think they probably get a lineman probably like later down the line because I think DeMarvin Leal, he was good before he got hurt. He was
Yeah, he
playing
was
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, he was
He was
good.
improving, so they might just roll
Mm.
with him and see how things go out. And him and Travius Adams and stuff.
Yeah, I reckon they'll do something along the lines of I looked at I have no idea about college. So what I'm doing on my channel now is I'm reacting to like highlights with some names, and I might even do Gonzalez because Claude says here, and I'll get you to answer this maybe just a little bit again. But how do you guys feel about Christian Gonzalez? So I might do him next on one of my highlight channels where or look react to the highlight because I never see college football. I've got no time to watch it now doing all the Steelers stuff.
Yeah, I only watch it at the end of the year most of the time. Like at the end,
Yeah.
I always try to watch it to see like some of the players. And Gonzalez from Oregon, he's very good. He's a speedster. He can match all those like receivers like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Right. He has the speed to match all of them. He has great vision, and he's big too. He's a big corner, so he should be good if we do find a way to get him.
But do you not think though that the Steelers will go to offensive line or defensive line maybe with the 17th and then go and get could he fall to 32?
I don't think so. I think he might be going by he could be going by 14 instead. I think the Steelers might have to they might get lucky if you fall down there. But I think he might be going like before 15 really.
Yeah. You know what the worst part is? It's like at this time of year, it's like 3 months of this.
Yeah.
It's just like
a lot of predictions and stuff. And
hurry up, draft. Get our players, and then we'll see what happens. It's 3 months of you know what, the Steelers should go and take this guy, take that guy. But what I like to do in my kind of stuff, I don't know if you agree, but what do you think are the top 3 needs for the Steelers? At position wise, that stuff we can talk about. That it's hard to pick a player, but who do you think? What are the needs for the Steelers?
I would say cornerback, left tackle, and linebacker, most likely, yeah, linebacker. Because Devin Bush might be out the door. Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
If he stays, I'll quit. If he stays, this channel will be deleted. There's no way. There's no way that Devin Bush stays. Surely not. Did you see his tweets at the end of the year? How he wants to play for a head coach that's been a player before, even though Mike Tomlin was a college player. But
I don't get that. Yeah, he's got to get out of here because Devin Bush, he had potential to be great, but it's like he's kind of still hesitant and scared. I don't know if he's scared because the injury he had, he don't have that same mentality to play. He looks physically capable to still play, but just his mental state. I don't know if it's there for him to go out there and to explode and find the holes and just make those plays he made his rookie year.
If I was playing charades, right? When you do 2 words, stuff like that, football player, I would just do this. If Devin Bush was my card, I'd be like this. That's the football, and here's me. 2 yards away from the football. Am I not wrong?
Yeah, or put the football on this side and then run that way. You run the wrong way every time.
The amount of times I've seen this guy, just running. It's like running to the A gap, B gap, whatever gap was, and the football player, the running back's running through where he should be. He's like, you know what? I'll go tackle the other side. I'll go and do the C or the A gap, and I'll just leave the B right open. Minka will cover me. That's what he said. So I don't think, and I said on record now that I would delete my channel. Hopefully he doesn't stay because I don't want to delete my channel. I just don't think Devin Bush stays, man. I don't see how. I think they might roll with Miles Jack. They probably Spillane, the Tomlin guy, he'll be there. Mark Robinson played really well near the stretch. What were your thoughts on Mark Robinson playing near the end?
And Mark Robinson, he showed a lot of. He's still a little green, but I feel like with more playing time, he's gonna be nice. He's gonna be special.
Yeah, I agree. I think he fit the mold near the end of the last 2 or 3 games. Real physical player. There's a long way to go for sure. JW, I think he's joking. Marcus Allen, what are your thoughts? 3 years.
I love the videos in the locker room, but besides that, nah. No, don't bring Marcus Allen back.
He's another guy, right? He's another guy that's super hyped. The team loves him. Tomlin loves him. Yeah. But then me and Owen from Pittsburgh Owen, he hasn't got a stat. He actually hasn't got any stats.
No tackle at least.
He's got tackles, but he hasn't got forced fumble, pass deflection, sack.
He's been here for almost for 5 or 6 years.
4 or 5 years. He has no stats. Like I'm talking like, if you're a middle linebacker, did you ever play football in at high school or college or anything?
I almost played in 9th grade, but yeah.
In 9th grade.
Yeah.
Right? You'd probably think if you're playing for 4 years or you had, I don't know, maybe 300 snaps, you'd get your hand on the football, right?
Yeah, you at least get one forced fumble or something, a fumble recovery or something. Yeah.
Deflection, something.
Yeah.
Like where's okay, the
tackle for loss or
end's
something like
going
that.
over, there's a curl route, and then you go, okay, that's a curl route, and you pick it off and go knockdown. Like even Cameron Hayward gets past the play. He's got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I guess he just there to, I don't know, to boost ratings or something for TikTok. The Steelers make a TikTok, make some extra money or something.
Yeah, he might be their social media manager.
Yeah.
Jet Devil says Alan will do what it takes to win, even if it means entering the other team's huddle. I think you've been on Stay the Steelers podcast, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think like last year or whatever.
Yeah, last year I think
Daniel sent me this, and I still love it. It's one of my favorite photos. It's Marcus Allen.
he probably, that's when he got the penalty. I think it was the penalty.
How do you explain that? Like honestly, how do you explain that?
Yeah, that right there is just. Yeah, and like when he go to the contract negotiation and they ask him, he's like, "Hey, can I get an extension?" They're gonna show that picture, and then you have to lead the building.
Oh man, he's the only one over there in the Panthers huddle, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna get us a penalty. I'm gonna help the team out. Like that's one of the best photos I think I've ever seen in my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's worse
6,
than
7.
that's like the same level as like Chase Claypool when he was doing the little point. For the fight. I was mad after that. I was heated after that. I was like, come on, man.
He's one of the worst receivers I've ever seen in my life. And he's even worse than that Charger guy we had. I can't remember his name either. There's a Charger guy we had.
Oh, you smell Ladarius Green, the tight end?
Yeah.
He had potential, but he just cannot stay healthy. Every time
there was another guy too. There's another another Charger guy. I can't remember his name.
Was it Michael Floyd? Was it Michael? I don't think it was.
There's a guy that it went through his hands. He had like one reception. Someone told me the other day, we did a podcast about a month ago. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, he's from the Colts. Did I say Moncrief?
Yeah, Moncrief. That's
right.
That's
Moncrief. Yeah. He was terrible. He was terrible.
He's worse. Claypool's worse than you heard it here for the 42nd time. He's worse. Yeah. Like when I saw that Minnesota the Vikings game, he had 35 seconds left on the clock. Claypool gets a first down. He's like. And then Trey Turner is yelling at him, and then he has the comeuppance to yell back at Turner. Right? Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of Turner either. Right, he's another guy that spat in someone's face. Talk about Lawan spitting on someone's face. Trey Turner that year spat on someone's face too. Right, so he was gone. But when Chase did that, I'm like, you're just wasting time.
Yeah,
stuck the whole game up. You know what I mean?
Because we had no extra seconds. We probably could have got closer. And they had an extra play. Like that took a lot of time off. The ball bounced off to the sideline and stuff. I'm like, man, come on.
What goes through your mind where you're like, you know what, I got a first down. It's all about me. We're losing by 6 points or whatever we're losing by. I better celebrate. Go first down.
I'm like, you can dance. You can dance once you get to the end zone. Once you score, you can do all the dancing you want. I'm like, he should have got the ball, put it back down. He should have watched some Larry Fitzgerald film or something.
Yeah, he used to run really fast. He used to find the nearest ref, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, he used to find the nearest ref and get him down, get everybody set.
Run as straight as he could.
Yeah.
Went down, picked it up, ran to the ref, and then he, laid it down.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Anyways, have you heard any other Steelers news this week? It's been pretty quiet. What do you anything you've heard around the grounds?
The only thing I've seen was they had a debate. They was having a debate on Twitter. They was like trying to rank Ben, Breeze, and Rodgers. Oh, yeah. I was like, that's a tough one. Because all three of them are first ballot Hall of Famers, but they kind of never lived up to their full potential. They still great quarterbacks, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but they never lived to the full potential. Like Breeze got cheated in the NFC Championship game with the PI. Rodgers lost so many NFC Championship games. Big Ben, Killer Bees, we had a nice offense. The defense was never that good. And sometimes like one of them would go down. We seen Le'Veon Bell get injured. We played the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, so they never like got to that next point. They still are all great Hall of Fame QBs. It's just they never like got to that like next level.
If I was going to say QB, I'd probably say Drew Brees would be up there. I'd say, to
Yeah.
take off my bias hat. I think Drew Brees was quite a good quarterback. He was getting 5,000 yards pretty much every second season,
He
right?
should have won MVP that one year. I think it was 2011. He threw like 5,400 yards. It was like
Who won
crazy.
MVP? Was it Brady?
Yeah, I think it was Brady. It was Brady or was it Peterson that year? I know Adrian Peterson
Yeah.
won eventually too. I forgot who it was.
No, I think it was. He got like 5,400 yards or whatever, didn't he?
Yeah, he got snubbed though. I think Breeze got snubbed from MVP that one year. Like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
He should have won. Yeah.
He was up there though. I think Breeze was a really good quarterback. Of course, he got
Yeah.
one Super Bowl. Big Ben got two, lost one, of course, to Rodgers. Like I said, I think Rodgers is overrated. I don't know. He will go to the Hall of Fame. I think he's a bit overrated. But yeah, I don't know. I think Big Ben, of course, other NFL fans probably won't say he's one of the best quarterbacks, but for being a Steeler fan, we all know what he did for us.
Yeah, very
Pretty much
clutch.
in his clutch guy in his rookie career or rookie, in the first few years, you couldn't tackle him, right?
Yep.
There's old plays out there of Big Ben where he'd run around for 7-8 seconds and then find Heath Miller, or he'd find Hines Ward.
Yep.
So
he was just like that backyard Ben. He get the ball and then start going crazy and then keep his eyes down. Basically, Mahomes is like the next generation of that. Well, I think a lot of interceptions. Big Ben threw a lot of interceptions sometimes, but Mahomes kind of like the next generation of that. Got that same type of like style to go out there and just keep plays alive and just find an open guy and just keep your eyes open and just make a big play.
Mahomes is the guy on Madden where you can run all the way to the right and throw across your body on the left, which the AI cheats to, by the way. There's all the way back to the left, and you're thinking, there's no way you can make that pass. Runs away, back foot, throws it 60 yards to his left. So,
yeah, man's spectacular.
Are You the GOAT says, who's the real GOAT of the NFL? Who's the greatest of all time in the NFL?
That's kind of hard because different positions. Because you can, some people say Jerry Rice or Brady or Lawrence Taylor, Deion Sanders. It's a lot of people. So I don't know exactly. But like if I was talking about like my generation, Tom Brady. Even though he was a Patriot and he tortured us for all those years and stuff. But I say Tom Brady, yeah.
I'll tell you who mine would be, and I don't know why it comes to my mind. I just always liked his play. You know the guy, the Eagles guy, Brian Dawkins? You know him?
Oh yeah, the X. We call him the Weapon X. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he's the GOAT or whatnot, but I think he deserves some recognition. I think he's crazy. I think he's overly just something messed up. Because in his like intros, he would go from being normal Brian Dawkins to then Weapon X, and he called himself the Wolverine.
Wolverine.
What player calls himself the Wolverine and comes out and wants to light fire? Like
he started rolling over and like going crazy, yeah.
And he's like, he said he was like speaking in tongues and stuff like that, right? To get all the energy and all the just everything come into his
like he called it the Holy Ghost or something.
Yeah, the downloads, and he's just like, he's like, okay, all right, I'm ready. I wouldn't want to verse that guy. Like I saw him when I was growing up, and of course we had the good safeties like Troy Polamalu is up there for one, Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, all these dudes, right? I'm thinking he's one of the guys. I'm like, the NFL forgets about it because the NFL doesn't want to see guys like that anymore, right? They don't want to see that physical play anymore.
The ferociousness, they play with,
So without being biased, I think you said Tom Brady. I think he's up there too. I think he's been running the show for a very long time.
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins for me is one of the best safeties, and even Troy. And I'd even go back to like football player. Like my favorite player is James Debo Harrison. I think he's a fantastic player.
Debo, nice, yeah.
Man, I shed
his story amazing too. Like starting from the NFL Europe and working his way up and getting the opportunity and never like letting it go away.
He got cut, nice. I think 3 times by Bill Cowher.
I think so. Yeah,
finally came back.
Yeah,
the 4th time and went to the Ravens and whatnot. I shared a video on my Steelers Facebook today. It was what was it? Debo Harrison, suplexing a Brown fan.
Oh yeah, I remember the Browns fan ran the field. Yeah. I don't know why the fan decided to don't run on the sideline by Debo. You should have did your little dance by the barricade or something.
Yeah. And J-Dub was right. It's crazy how he gave ABC CTE. It's a highlight right there.
How your own teammate give you CTE unless he hit you in practice or something, but they don't usually hit in practice too often like that. They might like tackle, but not hitting nobody. So I don't know what AB talking about. Yeah.
Before I came on this podcast with you today, and it's been awesome, we'll end it very shortly. I was like, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, there's so much going on all the time. Like the stuff with ABs and a story in itself could be its own book. Like the stuff that he did for the Steelers and like the old memories of James Debo Harris and apparently him giving CTE. But even just stuff like that, when I did share that video, I'm like, man, I miss the old Steelers. Were you growing up watching the Steelers in 2008? That
Yep.
run?
Yep.
Yeah. Who was your favorite player from that defense or that era?
Yeah, my favorite player like ever is still Polamalu. Polamalu,
Yep.
the Tasmanian Devil, just all over the field making plays and stuff. And that I remember that play he made. I think it was AFC Championship game to the pick six on Joe Flacco to get us to Super Bowl 43. He was spectacular. He didn't talk trash. He just went out there and just played the game and played hard and played tough. And yeah, he was that's that right. If you like was to show a young player who to like model your game out there, who to be like, Polamalu, the perfect person. Him and Larry Fitzgerald probably like some of my favorite players to watch.
Well, but besides that play, what's another one of your favorite plays from Troy that you can think off the top of your head?
I think it was the Chargers game too. The sliding interception he had.
Oh yeah. Like fingertips under the ball.
Yep. The Titans game with the one hand interception.
Yeah, that was cool.
Jumping over the line. He had a lot of plays.
Yeah, he jumped over the line on Tennessee guy. He went through the line with Carson Palmer. Like he timed it that well.
Yeah,
that he was like, as the ball's handing off, he went like squeezed through, and then went and tapped the quarterback. I tell you what, though, I've got two favorite players of mine from Troy. The first one is Troy tackling Chris Johnson in the backfield. Do you remember this one?
Mm-hmm.
We was the Titan Chris Johnson. He came back from the safety position. He recognized the play was like a quick throw to the halfback or whatever it was. Troy came down there and tackled his legs, killed him, 5-yard loss.
Yep.
Like just took care of business.
He had a knack for just seeing stuff. He just like like they said like the stories are always great to hear. Like they say he just say, I see something, cover me, and just go out there and just make a play. Like he like knew the defense was gonna run. I mean the offense was gonna run.
It's kind of crazy because we'll never see that probably again on the field. I don't think when we get older, we might see a generational player like that.
Yeah.
But going back and we just thought it was normal, right? But the highlights are crazy. The other one I like with one of Troy's famous plays. Do you remember that tackle he had on the Eagles guy? He tackled him backwards.
I don't think so.
He turned around. It was one of the running backs, right? I don't think it might have been Westbrook or someone like that. But as he's going to tackle him, he gets turned around, and then Troy tackles him with his back. Like he had two arms around him, and he had to tackle him like this, and then backpedal, and then tackled him to the ground with his back.
If you get tackled from a guy like this, you gotta get benched. You gotta get benched.
Yeah. I think he needs to show. Bloody Devin Bush got to watch that because Devin Bush can't tackle with his front.
He's tackling. I don't know. Yeah, he try to do too much arm tackling. Like you don't try to wrap up. You got to wrap up sometimes. Like try to bring him down to the arm tackle and stuff.
Troy did that with his back. Like he was falling backwards and then he was an amazing player. Like he's a guy that I think if you ever feel down because we're not in the Super Bowl and stuff like that, you put on Troy, Troy highlights. He was something so special. Like to me, Debo's still my favorite Steeler player of all time. Just the stuff that he did, but then that whole 2008 defense was it was that's right. It was McCoy.
Oh, Sean McCoy.
Yeah, he ran that way, that direction. Something happened. He got turned around from a block, and he went, "Okay, he's behind me," and just went back.
I guess he didn't give him no crazy work.
Nah, he was awesome. G'day, the Wobble and Jaw Sports Channel. I met this bloke. It was on the internet. He's a Cowboys fan, but for the NRL. And let me think. Oh, Seattle Seahawks fan. So I might be doing a podcast in the future, but just caught the end of the show. So he's got a channel there in Australia. Talks about I think Cowboys with North Queensland Cowboys, which up north where it's really hot. And follows the Seattle Seahawks. He should be a Steeler fan, man. Because we beat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 40. Randall pass and
the trick play. That was nice.
Yeah, Willie Parker 75 yards, fast Willie Parker. So, but let's round the show up. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl this week, and then we'll get to your prediction.
This right. I feel like they might. I'm hoping it'll be like an offensive showdown. I love watching defense too, though. But I hope it'll be like an offensive showdown. But sometimes when two offenses match up together, it never live up to potential. It always drop down and be like a defensive battle. But I think the Eagles got the better team on paper. But when you have Mahomes over there, I think in my opinion, he's the best player in the league, best quarterback. So you always got a chance with him.
Yeah, you know what though? I think the Eagles got a better team. I
Yeah,
kind of hope the Eagles win because I think the Eagles front defense is a good team. Their offensive line is really good. Kelsey, who's some of the other dudes? Is it Landon Dickerson in there? There's another dude in there. There's
yeah. Oh,
another
Lane
veteran.
Johnson. Lane
Lane
Johnson. Yeah,
Johnson, yeah, another veteran guy.
yeah. 2 Hall of Famers, really. Yeah, Lane Johnson and
Yeah,
Kelsey.
their offensive line is incredible, right? Good quarterback. I like their running backs too. Boston Scott gained well, and there's another dude over there too. I think it's Miles someone.
Oh, Miles Sanders. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they got a good 3-piece. Like they got a good team. They're a good football team, and their defense too. Javon Hargraves, they're good.
Oh, if Hargrave win, it's kind of like us winning a little bit.
I'm cheering more for him than Juju. I would rather see Hargraves come out and say, you know what, I'm so happy than Juju do 2,000 commercials and TikTok.
Yeah, Juju win. He gonna be.
Oh,
See, I hand to the Chiefs to do. They're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. They're gonna be shooting shots and everything.
He will take more shots, I think, at the Steelers than I don't know, than a guy playing darts on a dartboard. Like he just won't stop, you know.
Yeah, he'd be on Twitch. He's gonna be everywhere.
Even that crap when he was like he did it on purpose when he was playing the Fortnite and wearing in the Dolphins jersey and stuff like that last year. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you just trying to cause a ruckus? No, I'd rather see Hargrave. I think he's a pretty good person. I think he's a good football player. Seems like he's down to earth. You know, seems like he wants to go win. And he's done tremendously well. He had 10 sacks this year, I think he had. So I've got him for MVP. Even though in my sports betting agency here, I can't bet on Hargrave, so I chose Fletcher Cox. But if they can get to Mahomes and run him around, then Mahomes is going to be in trouble. He's going to make things do it himself. I think the Eagles can win this game. You know, what do you think the score is going to be?
I got the Chiefs winning. I say 34-27. I think the game-winning drive, Patrick Mahomes put the team on his back and just go out there and deliver.
You reckon that the Chiefs can score 34 points though? I guess they got Kelsey and Pacheco's a good running back too. He's a 7th rounder. He's a good guy too. You think they can score 34 points on the Eagles though?
Well, the Cowboys did on the Eagles defense. They scored by I think 40 on them. And some teams may they show little glimpses and little weakness in the Eagles defense. Some of the Giants showed a little bit. They didn't show a lot, but in the regular season game they showed a little bit and stuff. The playoff game they got smoked, but I think the Chiefs can go out there and Mahomes can just get enough time in the pocket. And if Chris Jones can go out there and play well too and get some big time plays. Because most time when he get a sack, he always come with the ball too and strip the ball away. So they can at least cause maybe one turnover. I think the Chiefs can win this game by a game-winning touchdown.
They got that the Eagles got the other good guy too, Hassan Reddick too. The linebacker. He plays really good football too. So I reckon the Eagles might have their number. I think if they can run the football well, I think Chiefs will be chasing the whole time. That makes sense.
This kind of remind me of the Patriot Falcons Super Bowl where the Falcons had a better team, but the Patriots got Tom Brady. So the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. So I was like, hey, I'm taking the Chiefs.
It's because they had Matt Ryan doing these ones.
They should have kept running the ball. Just run the ball, run the clock out.
Mate, I was in Houston. I was in Houston, Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say what kind of bar I was in, but I was in a kind of a bar that ladies weren't present. I didn't know that was the kind of bar that I was in until about the 4th quarter. I started realizing about 7 p.m. when they all started coming in, and me and my mates were like, "Are we in the right place?" And then we asked the guy behind the server. He's like, "Well, for lunchtime and dinner, yeah, it's like family." But then, after that one turns into a bar, it's more. This kind of district is more, for the Skittle people. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? Cancelled. Fucking cancelled. I just got cancelled, by the way. And we're in that bar, and I was like, "No, it's not a bad thing." I'm just saying we're there. And I was in there, and I was like, "Oh, hang on, we're young fellas. We're trying to find some females as well." And he's like, "Yeah, boy, you're at the wrong bar." I went, "Oh, rats." And we're already there. We're already there at the same time they were coming back because we thought the game was over. We thought it was what was it, 28-3 or whatnot? And it was like
23. Yep. And then they started they took one play.
Leather bar. That's right. So I didn't know because we had the food. I can never tell when I'm overseas, right? And then everyone started coming about 7 p.m. We're like, oh, okay. But we stayed there until the end, and we eventually went out to another club after. But they came back, and I was like, this can't be right. The Falcons, they had this game 28-3. run the football, do what you need to do. And then here's Matty Ryan throwing the football all over the shop. And
Yeah, that was bad. I think he fumbled. I think Matt Ryan got strip sacked. Something happened, a fumble happened, and that was basically the turning point of the game. And then the Patriots just start scoring and never looked back.
Yeah, and then bloody Edelman caught a football that looked like it was levitating off the ground.
Oh yeah, like, off of it was Desmond Trufant leg. I think it was.
It was like a spell cast from Harry Potter. Just like, you know. Anyways, all right. So let's end it there. A bit fun near the end. Where can we find your stuff? The Arsenal DB. Where can we find you, Dwaylen?
You can find me on the Arsenal DB. Most likely, most of the time I upload probably like 5 days of the week. Most of the time, but this week I've been slacking a little bit. But I'm gonna get back to it next week. I got some cool videos coming. I got one video. I'm gonna try to do TJ Watt and Najee Harris workout and diet. I'm gonna try to do that video. So I got some more draft stuff coming too. So let's tune in.
Well, like I said off air, mate, I said my advice is just to do this. Is just to talk Steelers.
Let's talk Steelers.
That was my notes for today. I was like, okay, what do we want to do? And I thought, talk Steelers. That would. I
gotta watch basketball too. Cause I'll be covering basketball too, so I gotta watch basketball as well.
That's why I can't get into basketball because they just score too many points. You know? Like you're scoring 100 and something points a game, then it comes down.
They changed the rules so the hand checking not allowed. So like you can't really touch nobody. You gotta just go up straight, or it's a foul or something like that. That happens. Yeah.
G'day, Bob. He says, "Crap, I'm late." That's all right. We'll extend the show another hour. No, we're starting Oh man. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys for checking out Still Nice Australia. And yeah, be sure to check out Dwaylen's channel, the Arsenal DB on YouTube. Does a lot of cool stuff. There is that your latest video was the Christian Gonzalez one, right?
Yep, on Monday, yeah.
So, yeah. I think I watched that, but I can't overly remember it. But like you said, you made a few good points here at the start of the show, in the middle, mid-show too. So yeah, check him out. Make sure you go and sub or like, and at least leave a comment over there. It helps improve the algorithm. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to build the Steelers community and talk Steelers football. It was really fun, man. Really fun talking. I love when it goes down that direction of like 2008 Steelers. I love that stuff. Like that's
the good old days.
If we could go back in time and like a live stream, or we could like talk football now, like it was 2008.
That would be.
I'd never stop.
I upload like 5 videos a day.
Like was Big Snack still playing? He was still playing, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Kiesel.
Brick Kiesel.
Yeah,
Worlds. Yeah, a lot of people.
Ike Taylor. Yeah, all these people you could awesome. Yeah, got Keith just subbed. JW said I'll check it out. So yeah, it's fantastic. So it should be the link in my description. Get a sub that way. It'd be kind of cool. So yeah, thank you for coming on the show. Stick around for 1 minute. And as always, guys, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. We'll see you guys later.